My name is Laurie Notaro, and Patty has asked me to come up and do a spoken word thing, because that's what I do. I'm not a musician, I'm a loudmouth, and I'm a writer. And I've been around for a really long time, clearly. So he asked me to write something for this event, and so as I thought about things, this is what I came up with. It's a little bit about nostalgia, it's about us, it's about 30 years ago where we were, and I call it The Last Good Time. It's Saturday night 30 years ago. Chances are that most of the people here tonight were at Long Long's. Darren is being an asshole at the door. Sarah's behind the bar not taking shit from anybody. And Nikki and Sandra are running wings to the patio. At 11, the Piersons take the stage. Tony taps his drumsticks together 4 times, and Patty, Doug, and Scotty rip into Nowhere to Go, which I'm requesting. We scream, we sing along, we smoke, we drink beers and JD and Cokes, and it's fucking awesome night until the set is finished with She's the Kind of Girl, and I'm requesting that one too. There's a party afterwards because there always is. And everyone from the bar shows up without one single text telling them where to go. We somehow always found out where the party was like ants following a pheromone trail. We drink some more, smoke some more. Someone's always bringing in a 12-pack from the Circle K on University and Mill across the street from the White House where Brian from Dead Hot lived, and Stacy and Bob. Those years in the 90s are what I have come to call the last good time. There was music every night. Your friends were always there wherever you went, and someone always had extra cigarettes. We were young, some of us only babies, David Rhodes. As he said, he was 13 years old peeking in the windows, and that is the God honest truth. And we got him high, and we're awful for doing that. We were foolish and beautiful and dangerous. Every night broke through to the morning, and we went to bed as the sun was coming up, and hangovers could be cured with a cigarette and a Coke when you woke up at 1 or 2 or 3. No one had a job unless you worked at Long Wong's or Zia. I worked at Zia. I have no idea how any of us paid rent, ate, or bought cigarettes. My parents gave me $70 for every week I didn't go to jail. And that was enough for a 5th of whiskey, a carton of cigarettes, a tank of gas, and a couple of Tostinos frozen pizzas at 50 cents a pop. It was a blurry, whirling ride of youth when the right people came together at the right place at the right time and did everything at 1,000 miles an hour without a seatbelt. Maybe that's a glorified version of the past, and maybe some of the details might be a little bit foggy, but I do know that we were all so lucky to have that time when we were kids running around making music, smoking pot, writing songs or books, staying up until dawn or until the cops chased us around after being discovered in a hot tub in an apartment complex none of us lived at, hopping the fence in wet jeans and cowboy boots when we saw the flashlight of the security guard. Yeah. I mean, I think you know who I'm talking about. We were so fortunate to call those years our own. It was a period where creativity, talent, and ambition bloomed. Is there anything scarier than writing a song and then getting it up to play it in front of a room full of people that you know? Yet people did that every single night in all of the bars along Mill and beyond. It was a time of pure bravery. It was an era built from youth and freedom and no boundaries, smothered with talent and plain not giving a shit. We were bad children, doing too many drugs, drinking too many bottles, and taking too many chances. And it was the best time that everyone who ever existed on Earth ever had. And now, as I look back to those days, as I approach 60, I do not feel sadness because they have passed. I do not feel longing to have them back because I can no longer stand for a whole show. But I feel fortunate to be a part of the group that all of us combined made. We were so very lucky. I grew up, got married, got a job, and moved to another state, and to this day, if I called any of the people I know in this room to lend me $150 because my car has been towed again, they'd be there in a heartbeat. Chris Dunsworth, you remember that.
Let's call her.
30 years ago, 30 very long and very short years ago, on a cold December night, the 5th, Some of the people here tonight were at Long Long's, either on the patio or inside with a beer or a drink in front of us, a cigarette glowing between our fingers, not listening to the band that was playing. Instead, our minds were reeling with the impossible, and we found words useless. On that day, we lost someone important to all of us, a friend, a mentor, a hero, an idol. The thing that I remember most after that death was the rawness that was constantly present, like a burn exposed to the air. But that burn wasn't just mine. It belonged to everyone. We shared it, we felt it, it became part of us, and we still very much carry it. On that night, we became bonded together, a thread that connects us in the most basic way, the element of sorrow. But what is most startling about the death of one of our own is that because of it, or even in spite of it, friends became so much more than that. We became something of a family, not by choice or by genetics, but because of an experience that resounded in each of us, differently but the same, like the chords and strings on a guitar. And here we are again with Tony's passing. Tony, who kept the beat going but stayed back behind the spotlight. Tony, who was a bit mysterious, a bit quiet, but with a whole lot of clever retorts that you never saw coming. I always thought Tony as a very nice boy. I never punched him. He was too good. He was never not nice to me. We have lost another member of our circle, but it is because of him that we've come together tonight to pay tribute, to honor and remember. We do this together like we did 30 years ago, and the sorrow of his loss is also accompanied by the joy and revelry that comes with standing next to old dear friends who we haven't seen in years but whose connections never weakened. Through the loss of our friend, we come together and there is happiness. We are bonded, we are woven together like a worn carpet with bare patches here and there representing those that we miss. Doug, Lawrence, Bob, Jeff, Stacy, PC, Brenda, Elvis Del Monte, and now Tony. Time has not lessened our bonds, our experiences, our friendships, and the things that we shared. In our mourning, we remember laughter. In our loss, we hold tighter to what still remains. In our memories, we wish to be together again as a whole, to look back on our reckless days and to say that it was the last good time and we were so fucking lucky to have it. Because we were, and that is so valuable. Because what we had in the 90s could never be recreated today. It was alchemy. Our time had no imposter syndrome, no anxiety. And if we were on meds, we bought it from that one weird old guy named Ed. And Dr. Feelgood. And Ed, if you are here tonight, I haven't seen you. Meet me by the bar in 2 minutes because I forgot my Klonopin at home. We had the good fortune to be in the right place, right time with the right people, all melting together in an explosion of creativity and talent, and we made shit happen. There are people in this room that are geniuses. Without the national recognition, without a gold record, but it was apparent who the rock stars were and still are. And I'm talking about you, Breakdown. Yep. We had the music, we had the friends, we had the night until it turned into a warning of an orange sun telling us to go home or go to work. And now I'm old, I'm gray. I have shitty knees and one glass of wine that will haunt me for days afterwards. And I buy a senior ticket at the movies. And sometimes I shoplift because no one thinks an old gray lady like me will steal a pork roast, but I will. The 1993 Laurie is still here, just like the 1993 version of You Came Here Tonight. If I get older, I hope I will never forget the time we had together on Mill Avenue that can never happen again. The loud guitars, the smoky bars, the 10-cent chicken wings that were 20 bucks for the last dozen times I ordered them, which is bullshit! So let's toast to Tony, his friendship, his talent, his life, and the memories we all still have of the last good time. And if anyone knows of a hot tub we can sneak into tonight, let's all fucking go, man. Thank you.